Have you ever heard of WWE All Stars? Well, assuming you click on this video, I'm sure you do, but if not, well, for one, it's actually a good wrestling arcade game. It was very different from, and still is very different from the current wrestling games we get, whereas around this time when the game was coming out, it was different from SVR 2011 and W12, which were going into a simulation-focused, style of gameplay. And I must say, this probably was one of the games I played the most during my childhood. It's a very good wrestling game. Like, this is, in my opinion, it's a wrestling game that everybody can pick up and play. And I would put up there as someone with one of the best, one of, if not the best wrestling arcade game ever made. So while we're here, let's take a brief retrospective look at WWE All Stars. The main thing that I've always appreciated about WWE All Stars is the fact that, it's very easy to pick up and play. I feel like someone who's never played this, or someone who's a non-wrestling fan, or very casual, can pick this up and be like, yeah, this is fun, I can have a good time with it. It also mixes in some fighting game elements, like you can juggle your opponents in the air and stuff like that, or jump off of them and land back down to another combo, which is also very nice. And this game's reversal system is I know some people hate it, but I don't mind it. It's just a timing thing, which you can reverse reversals, which is something that this game shares with TNA Impact. I don't know the full reason why. I think someone who worked on TNA Impact also worked on this game, but this game shares a lot of animations from TNA Impact the game, and a lot of mechanics from that game. So if you want to be technical, you could technically say that AJ Styles did mocap for All Stars. All jokes aside, as you can see by this game's art style, it's very animated. Everybody's larger than life. They're all it's the steroid Olympics. They're all on the steroids. I mean, Hulk Hogan is a little bit too accurate though, if you ask me.
They knew he was on the juice. He went in there loaded to the gills. He's a guy that's coming off rocket fucking fuel. That dude don't eat D-ball.
It's like if you took two Jack Pacific figures and dropped them into a video game. That's how big these guys are. Every move is, purposely exaggerated and over the top, oh, a DDT? What's that? Let me do a backflip DDT. And it had a pretty decently sized roster as well. 30 in total, 15 legends and 15 current stars by 2011, obviously. And most characters have alternate attires or even two alternate attires, which is very nice. This game also did have a lot of DLC, a lot of it that was actually free, I've heard anyway. Someone please confirm that in the comments for me. But guys like R-Truth, Mark Kennedy, Chris Jericho, and more were in this game, but sadly there is no legal way to get the DLC anymore. I know there's people who have made tutorials on how to jailbreak your console to get the DLC, and I think there's a way you can get it via emulation, but I don't know a full-on legal way to get the DLC. The only way to actually legally use the DLC is if you buy the DS version, because it's on the disc already. Because that's a thing. The game also does feature a nice mixture of different match types. Standard is your typical one-on-one normal rules, but you can also call for triple threats or fatal four-ways. Tornado Tag is very fast-paced and fun. You want that old school tag team classic wrestling? Yeah, that's thrown out the window here. Just go bonkers, go nuts. And this game also does have some actual tag team pairings you can do or use, like DX or Miz and Morrison, or even the Mega Powers. There's a cage match in this game, and I've always never been the biggest fan of it. It has the same game mechanic as Ultimate X and TNA Impact, which I don't have a problem with there. But for some reason here, I've just never liked it. Now, if I play cage match, I don't mind it because I understand how it works. But when I was a kid, I hated playing cage match because I just hated the game mechanic of escaping. I actually used to cheat to win this match, but I'll explain what I mean by that later on in the video. Extreme Rules is a chaotic no DQ mode with some weapons like trash cans around the arena, and it's also falls count anywhere, so that makes it a whole lot more fun. You can also have multi-man Extreme Rules matches like tag teams or fatal four-ways or eliminations, but could you imagine if this game had tables? That would have been awesome. Imagine tables in an arcade-style wrestling game like All Stars. And then there's elimination, which in itself is self-explanatory, but there's a tag version, three-way, fatal four-way, or handicap, which how would a handicap elimination match work if it's 2 against 1? Wouldn't that just be a standard handicap match? I don't know. So even though it's not much though, the game does have a good variety of match types that will keep you well entertained. The entrances are another thing that I have to compliment as well. Now, even though they are very short in length, it's still very nice to see entrances and the fact that they actually look like as good as they do. One thing that I can also appreciate about any wrestling game is this game has a actually decent creation suite. My game actually crashed while trying to record it, so that just shows you how well it works. But after a quick reset, we are in, and it's very limited with presets and whatnot, but it's still not terrible. You can definitely make something here. I find it funny, as I was browsing the hair options, I saw that this game has the Pauly D blowout as a hair option, which just goes to show how insanely popular Jersey Shore actually was in 2011. That show. But back to All Stars. This game does have, this game does not have my current hairstyle of a buzz cut. This game has no buzz cuts, which is very interesting, so we're bringing back the afro. And after some tweaks, a little color changes, here's what we have created, and to be honest, I don't hate it. I actually really like the attire. And the moveset I picked is fun, and, you know, it's not as complex as today's creation suites. It's still pulled off really nicely here, I can't complain. The Path of Champions mode is an arcade-style gauntlet, or ladder, whatever you want to go by, with 3 separate paths. The Undertaker Legends path, the Superstars path with Randy Orton, and the Tag Team path with DX. I've done a playthrough of the Undertaker one, so go watch that after you watch this video. I have the full playthrough up in one big video. And they each have about 10 opponents with some very well voice acted cutscenes. The Undertaker and Paul Bearer ones being the best in my opinion, like aesthetically. But I also really do enjoy the Randy Orton ones with his very, very small and strangely sized spinner belt. And that's precisely what it is. It's an arcade ladder with some cutscenes thrown in, and I didn't finish it. I just got a little footage for the video. But it's a pretty good, fun game mode. I recommend it. Now, the Fantasy Warfare mode features dream matches like John Cena vs. Hulk Hogan, and they each have like these very, very well edited promos at the beginning that make it sound like they're talking to each other. I can't stress this enough. I highly recommend everybody go watch the CM Punk vs. Stone Cold promo. It is so freaking good. Like, please, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. I will put a card up to go watch it. Like, you need to go watch this promo. I'm not going to show it because I don't want this video to get claimed, but, like, it's so good. But the Kane and Jimmy Snuka one never made sense to me at all. Like, it's genuinely a random thrown together match. And it's in a cage, so that's nice. You know, so back to what I was saying about how I would cheat. What I would do is I would just plug in a second controller because you can actually pick who you want to use in the Fantasy Warfare mode. So I just plugged in 2 controllers so I could just beat the cage mode because back then I hated it. I could probably do it now legitimately if I wanted to because I don't mind cage match, but back then I loathed it. I hated it. But this game is great. Like I said, it really is, in my opinion, a wrestling game for everyone. You know, it's got super simple controls, it's got fun arcade action. 2K would try to redo the style, I guess, with Battlegrounds, and well, we saw how well that went. That didn't go well at all. And AEW Fight Forever, I guess, would be classified as an arcade wrestling game. I don't have a problem with it. The game's fun, but I do think it lacks content and needs some fixes. But apart from that, AEW Fight Forever is not that bad of a game, in my opinion. But yeah, how do you guys feel about All Stars? I know this is another little short retrospective, but I don't know. I kind of just wrote the script really fast, and this is what I got. But I'm still happy with it. I mean, I didn't rush it. I actually took my time with this. But I don't know. I kind of feel like these like shorter scripted videos kind of are good for your time because they're not that long. You could watch them during like a lunch break or like a study hall if you're in school. I know how that feels. But let me know what you guys think about WWE All Stars, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, real quick, this section, I would like to plug my social media. I'm not trying to, if you want to leave the video, you can, I understand. But I started streaming on Twitch recently, like a lot, and I've been having a lot of fun streaming on Twitch. I'll show up some footage on my stream. Go follow me on Twitch. It should be in the description. All my socials are in the description. So yeah, just go follow me on Twitch. So next time I stream, we can all kick it and have a good time. But yeah, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to go watch this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.